Good afternoon. My name is Landry Jorsky, and I'm currently a senior here at Texas Tech University. The person I have chose for my video riffing essay is photographer Annie Liebowitz. Annie Liebowitz was born on October 2nd, 1949 in Waterbury, Connecticut. Annie was the daughter of Marilyn Edith and Samuel Liebowitz, being the third-born child of 6. Her mother, Marilyn, was a modern dance instructor who instilled in Liebowitz a passion for art, including dance, music, and painting. Her father was a lieutenant colonel in the United States Air Force, causing her family to move frequently depending on her father's duties. Annie took some of her very first pictures in the Philippines during the Vietnam War, when her family was stationed there. As a child, Annie spent most of her time taking photographs around the military bases and found her passion in art. Liebowitz is the mother of 3 children. Her first, Sarah, was born on October 2001 when Liebowitz was 52 years old. She then went on to have twin girls, Susan and Samuel, born to a surrogate mother in May 2005. Liebowitz and her children currently reside in Rhinebeck, New York, with their dog, Lola. Liebowitz attended the San Francisco Art Institute. Here, she studied painting in the hopes of becoming an art teacher. Liebowitz received her Bachelor of Fine Arts from the San Francisco Art Institute in 1970 and was awarded an honorary doctorate from the school in 1993. Liebowitz has published several books in her career, those including Women, a book of portraits with an essay by Susan Sontag, the book American Music, which features portraits of American musicians with essays by the musicians, A Photographer's Life, 1990 to 2005, which accompanied an exhibit that traveled internationally, and her most recent project, Pilgrimage, which documents personally meaningful places and objects. Annie Liebowitz is one of the most celebrated photographers of our time. Her work has appeared on magazine covers for more than 25 years. She started her career as a staff photographer working for Rolling Stone magazine. In 1973, Liebowitz was named Chief Photographer of Rolling Stone, a position that she held for 10 years. She worked for the magazine until 1983, making her intimate photographs of celebrities defining the Rolling Stone look. Liebowitz continued to work with publications including Vanity Fair and Vogue. The picture on the left is a photograph by Annie Liebowitz shooting Bruce Springsteen on the Rolling Stone cover in 1984. Liebowitz photographed the Rolling Stones in San Francisco in 1971 and 1972. She also served as the photographer on their tour of the Americas, one of her favorite photos being Mick Jagger in an elevator. On December 8, 1980, Liebowitz had a photo shoot with John Lennon for Rolling Stone magazine. As Rolling Stone wanted, she initially tried to get a picture of Lennon alone, but he insisted on both he and Yoko Ono to be on the cover. Lennon undressed himself and he curled up next to Yoko, creating a photo that was very, very strong. Liebowitz was one of the last people to ever come into contact with John Lennon, as he was shot and killed this exact day, 5 hours after the photo shoot. This image is nothing less of powerful. Liebowitz was able to capture their relationship perfectly. This image draws on Lester's element of a personal perspective. Everyone first looks at this picture and has an initial response, good or bad. But as you further analyze this photograph, it reveals so much more about the person. Liebowitz called this photo the photograph of her life, and one that she would be remembered for. In the 1980s, Leibowitz's new style of lighting and use of bold colors and poses got her a position with Vanity Fair magazine. One of her most publicized photos to appear on a Vanity Fair cover was those of Demi Moore. She was featured pregnant and in the nude. Liebowitz went on to be the photographer behind the most iconic celebrity photo shoots. These photos include Caitlyn Jenner's Vanity Fair cover, Call Me Caitlyn. She had photographed Elizabeth II shot at the Buckingham Palace in London on March 28, 2007. Arnold Schwarzenegger in Malibu, California, 1988. And Whoopi Goldberg, 1984, lying in a bathtub full of milk, shot from above. This image that Liebowitz captured on Whoopi had a very technical perspective. She decided to capture this image at an upward angle, looking down on Whoopi. You can see how Liebowitz produced this image and see that this photograph took a simpler and less complex approach, not needing a nice studio or expensive lighting. Liebowitz also shot Miley Cyrus's Vanity Fair photo, leading to controversy for the very nude 15-year-old. This photo draws on Lester's element of cultural perspective. This image was used to define society, and through the styles of the photograph and the attitude, it was closely related to a semiotic approach. The viewer was able to interpret this image in any way, leading some people to think of female empowerment and Miley's beauty, others to be caught up on Miley's young age. Annie was proud of this shot and defined her work as wholesome. Liebowitz also photographed Michael Jackson twice for the cover of Vanity Fair, Bill Gates for the cover of his book, The Road Ahead, Barack Obama and his family in the White House, Lance Armstrong in Vanity Fair's 1999 December issue, Lady Gaga for Vogue and Vanity Fair, Rihanna for Vogue in 2011 and 2012, Kim Kardashian and husband Kanye for their daughter North for Vogue in 2014, Adele for Vogue in 2016, and pregnant Serena Williams for the cover of Vanity Fair August of 2017. The photo that I have decided to recreate is none other than a portrait of Angelina Jolie taken by Annie Liebowitz. I riffed this image by taking a very technical perspective, capturing the photo just like Liebowitz did, shooting the photo off-center to the right, creating unbalance. The photo is also very simple, being a portrait with nothing going on in the background, just the subject with a straight face. This photo also resembles a very personal perspective, being very up close to Angelina. The best thing about photography is that such a high-quality, beautiful photo can be taken with such ease and the right lighting. I took after one of Leibowitz's tips and set up a comfortable space for my roommate to be photographed in. This photograph riffed from Liebowitz in a simple black and white photo that also plays on a historical perspective. The old, grainy look on Angelina's face with the black and white effect ages the look, which I attempted to capture in my photo through Photoshop, by adding some texture to the face. I took this photo on my iPhone using the portrait mode feature and the flash, capturing the same look of the white highlighted face. I pinned up a black curtain and had my roommate sit with her elbow on the table, trying to recreate Angelina's same natural pose. Highlighting the subject, Angelina Jolie is exactly what I did on my roommate to draw the eye of the person being photographed, while using a similar black and white filter as Leibowitz's photo to create depth. Editing the image of my roommate to resemble Leibowitz's photo was not as easy as it looked, but I think I riffed the technical and simplicity of her image to my own. In conclusion, we have learned about Annie Liebowitz, her life, and the photographs, interesting poses, and engaging portraits that establish her to be one of the most well-known photographers of our time. The intimacy captured through her photos are what is so appealing about her work, allowing many celebrities to feel comfortable being shot by Liebowitz. Liebowitz makes a point to get to know her subject, making her photography so natural. She has gone on to publish several books, shoot the cover photos of several magazines, and further gone on to be the mother of her 3 children.